In this video, we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis to get prepared for the week ahead. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're interested in learning to trade Forex like professional, check out our complete Forex trading course on Udemy. I have the link attached in the description below as well. So last week was kind of a crazy week, and today we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis to get you prepared for the week ahead, as I've stated earlier. So we're starting with the gold chart on a 1 hour time frame, and as you can see on my screen, this has been a very bullish trend, right? So since the beginning of this year, so since January 1st 2025, we've been grinding up, creating higher highs and higher lows. You can see this trend line tracks these lows very closely, and now we seem to be trading upper bounds of this range, right? This are bullish pattern, and we've created another series of higher lows. So the moment price takes out this trend line, so if price takes out this trend line, for example, then we should see price bouncing back to this trend line, possibly in continuation of the move to the upside or break out to the downside, right? So I'm going to zoom in so we can explore what's happening over here to see how we can take advantage of this price action we can see on chart. So the logical price, the logical trade opportunity here is to go long, right? Looking for bullish trade opportunities, and to do that, first case scenario will be waiting for more consolidation. Let's say price coming to this trend line, consolidating properly, followed by a bullish move to the upside, right? So this is the best case scenario right now, in my opinion, for a long trade opportunity. So that'll be taking the trend line across its highs, giving you a clear area of resistance with a good breakout for you to go long. So when we get a breakout, entry is going to be immediately after the breakout. Stop loss should be underneath the retest or the consolidation that is the breakout, while you trail your positions as we go higher, because it's clearly in price discovery, right? So this gold is currently at the highest price in its history, right? Around the highest price it has ever been throughout its lifetime. So the moment we take out this trend line, if it happens, then you should trade your positions to go higher, because there's no telling how high we go, if we're even going to go higher than this all-time high. So that's will be left for us to decide when we take in those trades, right? So that's my bullish case scenario for now. So the second bullish case scenario would be waiting for price to probably dump into this area of value, then we'll look for an opportunity to go long. So this area of value over here coincides with this long-term trend line dating back to the beginning of the year, as I stated earlier, right? You can see this lows over here is December 31st, right, which moves into January 1st, right? So start of the year, we've been grinding upwards, and if price comes into this trend line, which coincides with this area of value, then this should be a good opportunity to go long, in my opinion. So your stop loss would be simply just underneath the retest, which will send price on this trend line to invalidate the setup, right? So that's why this area of value will be a very good place to look for buy trade opportunities if we do get there. So if we don't get there, then we're going to be playing with what we have over here, which will be more consolidations, right, followed by a bounce to the upside if that happens. Those are my two bullish case scenario for gold. It's difficult to pick out a bearish case scenario right now, because even if, for example, we dump to the downside, excuse me, so let's say for example we dump to the downside, then we have this area of value to contend with before even thinking about going shorts, right? This is the only case scenario where I'm going to consider going short, because any move within this area, right, any move within this zone here can or could be short-lived, sending price higher, because this is still a very strong bullish trend. So the best price level to look for bearish opportunity will be underneath this area of value, which also should see price trading underneath this trend line. This would be your best case scenario for a bearish trade opportunity. So wait for a consolidation. It takes out this trend line first, one, goes down, consolidates on this area of value and this trend line and takes it out. Then this would be your confirmation to go short. Entering would be after the breakout. Stop loss would be above the consolidation list of the breakout. First take profit target obviously should be around these lows, yes, or excuse me, I'll get rid of this. So first take profit target should be around these lows, or possibly around these lows, or around this low. So you have multiple area values to set the take profit target, and this will give you total price decline of around 1,000 pips, right? So decent trade opportunity if it happens, but I don't think that's gonna happen right now because the gold chart looks extremely strong and extremely bullish. So this is my bullish and bearish case scenario for gold for those who trade gold. If you disagree with me, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And lastly, something else to consider will be pulling out our 200 moving average, simple moving average and exponential moving average. As you can see, that price is currently tracking this trend line very, very closely. So that's why I think this is a very good area to look for a bounce. And I also think it is highly unlikely that we are going to break below this trend line anytime soon. At least not until we get to maybe around $3,000 per ounce of gold, right? So this moving average further solidifies the importance of this current trend. So that's why I think we are likely going to maybe see price go down all the way to this price level, consolidate more before we go higher, right? There's a good chance we don't even come as low as this trend line anymore because we just had a bounce, right? So there's a good chance we just consolidate a little and move higher. Then it's your duty to look for an opportunity to get in and take advantage of this trade opportunity. Stop loss should be placed underneath this moving average. So by the time we move higher, this moving average also moves higher, right? So maybe by then your stop loss could be here, moving average could be around this price levels, as the case may be. So that's my brief outlook on gold. Looks bullish. It's good to look for bull trade opportunity, but nevertheless we should also watch out for those bearish case scenario, right? So considering this moving average, there's a good chance moving average goes as high as this, right? For example, it tracks higher, and then you see gold consolidating and taking out the moving average, consolidating and then going lower. So this will give you a very good confirmation because then we will be trading underneath the moving average, which usually signifies a bearish trend, right? So this is my brief outlook for gold. If you have thoughts, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Moving on, we'll be talking about US30. So US30 Dow Jones. Honestly, last week I made series of crazy mistakes. So in as much as I have some experience with markets, it doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean I don't lose money. I lose tons of money, right? But the point is applying good risk management to your trades, which will let you last in test of time. So you have the means to try again, to keep trying, to keep probing the market till you make those big bangers, right? So made some mistakes last week, not with US30 though, with US500 and Nasdaq. I was actually very bullish without taking a broader picture of what the market was showing, and I made some mistake, lost some money. Now here we are. So for US30, for example, you can see price has clearly made a double top. So we have one, right, a double top, and another one here, which usually signifies a bearish case scenario, right? So a bearish trend reversal. So there's a good chance we come all the way down to this area of value, support level, before we go higher, or confirm if we're going to go lower, right? So this is what I'm watching out for right now on US30. So this is 2 hours time frame. So for me to take advantage of this chart, what are we going to watch out for? So first of all, bearish case scenario will be waiting for a consolidation to happen within this area of value, which will lead to a bearish breakout to the downside. If this happens, my entry is going to be around the breakout. Stop loss is going to be on above the consolidation leads to the breakout. Take profit target is going to be around this area of value. This is my bearish case scenario for US30. Other than this, I'm not just going to jump to a buy trade opportunity the moment we come into this area of value, because then your stop loss would have to be around this high as this price levels, right? So that's the reason why I wait for confirmations, and these consolidations act as confirmations, right? So we get into this area of value, we may probably see a good bounce to the upside, consolidation like this, then before we move to the downside. This can also be a valid setup to go short, right? So you can go short when this happens. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation, at least to the breakout, while you trail your position to go lower. Now I'm using these illustrations. This doesn't mean it's going to take this long for everything to play out. It could play out in 1 day, in 2 days, to consolidate for the whole of next week. The next 2 weeks we'll get a breakout. So whichever happens, just pay attention to those confirmations, which would come in form of consolidations, right? Very, very important. So once more, I'm waiting for price come properly into this area of value, consolidate a little, give us a bearish breakout as my confirmation to go short. Entry is going to be after the breakout. Stop loss is going to be above the breakout, at least to the consolidation. Take profit target is going to be around this area of values. Right now, I don't see any reason why you want to go long, because this, though we are currently in a bullish trend, right? So if you take a look at this price action, higher highs, higher lows, and all that, where we currently stand is a range, right? So we are currently ranging within this area of value. So we're currently ranging equal highs, equal lows. So there's a good chance we come to the lower bounds of the trend before we technically look for opportunities to go higher, right? At least not until I see what the market is going to do. I am not going to go long. So I'm not going to go long when we dump into this area of value. So let's say we come into this area of value, for example. I'm not going to look for long trade opportunity to go long. I'm only going to consider going long if we do this and come into this area of value. Then I'm going to look for long trade opportunities around these price levels, right? Because this is the best possible case study for a long trade opportunity, and there's a good chance we break through this level and keep going lower. What I'm trying to say is, for now, I'm going to stay bearish, at least not until I see what the market has in store for us. The reason is because though we're in a bullish trend, we are currently ranging within this range. So highs, lows, middle of the range, right? So it's a good chance for the price action where it leads. And right now, price seems to be telling us that the bears are in charge. So the last time we took out this area of value, you can see the massive price decline to the downside. Massive price decline to the downside, right? Followed by a sharp bounce to the upside. So that's why I'm watching out to see what price does around this area of value. Then that will give me an insight as to whether to go long or go short continuously. But for now, I'm going to wait for a consolidation here. If the consolidation gives us a bearish breakout, I'm going to go short, aiming for these lows. That's my brief outlook for US30. If you think about something differently, you disagree with me, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Moving on, we're talking about USD-CHF. So USD-CHF, I don't really trade, currency pairs, but for those who do, this is 6 hours time frame on USD-CHF. Chart looks really good. That's why I'm sharing this. So we'll be focusing on what's happening over here, because this is where we want to look for opportunities to go short, right? You can see we have multiple price rejections from this area of value. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 good price rejections. We have a trend line that's been broken, and now we seem to be consolidating after having a retest. So going down to, let's say, the 2 hours time frame, so we can focus on what's happening down here. I'm going to zoom out, zoom in, excuse me. I'll get rid of that. So zooming in, you can see that we took out this trend line, right? Nice break. Now we seem to have retested that trend line and moving lower. So we have a good area of support. I am going to go long, or for those who trade currency pairs, I don't think I'll be trading this. It is logical to go long when we take out this area of support. So if we break out from this area of support right now on Monday, right, it is good to go short. In my opinion, you don't have to wait too much for anything, right? It's just a risk you can take if you're willing to take that risk. So you can go short when we take out this area of support. Stop loss should be above this area of value. So these highs, because this is the next lower high after this one before the good breakout. And take profit target. First one can be as low as this price levels, and second one can go as low as this area of value. So this is how I'm going to trade USD-CHF. Coupled with the fact that the DXY right now looks bearish, extremely bearish. So that's one reason why I'm considering also going short on USD-CHF. I haven't made up my mind yet, but what I'm trying to say is this chart looks really good, and I might go in, I might not go in. But for those who trade currency pair consistently, this is a very important chart you should take a look at, because it presents good trade opportunities right now. So when we take out this area of support, I think it's a good opportunity to go short with your stop loss above these highs. Take profit target, first one here, second one here, and possibly a third one here if we do go as low as these price levels. That's briefly for USD-CHF. I don't see any reason why you want to go long right now, because I just showed you we bounced off this area of value, took out this trend line, and now we seem to be going lower. So pulling up my moving average, for example, you can see that we're currently trading underneath the moving average. So going up to the 6 hours time frame, for example, just to show you something really interesting. So 6 hours time frame, you can see over here when we had this massive bullish move, we traded above the moving average, creating higher highs, higher lows. But right now, we've broken through from the moving average, we've retested the moving average, and we seem to be reversing to the downside. So this means there's a good chance we are going into a bearish trend right now, at least for the immediate short term, not until we get back above this 200 moving average. So SMA and EMA, simple moving average and exponential moving average, that's what I use as my range for support and resistance level to track trends, right? So that's it briefly for USD-CHF. Lastly, we're talking about EUR-USD. So EUR-USD looks good in my opinion, and we had this massive move here, good breakouts, consolidation. Now we seem to have made a bottom, right? We seem to have made a bottom, and there's only one way to tell if this is a valid bottom, and that would be watching out to see if price takes out this area of value, retests, and continues going higher. This is what I'm watching out for right now on EUR-USD. I may be wrong. Another reason why I'm bullish on EUR-USD is because, like I said earlier, the DXY is getting weaker, and when the DXY gets weak, EUR-USD and GBP-USD tends to go higher, right? So this is my brief outlook for EUR-USD. In order for us to take advantage of this price action, I'm simply watching out for a move to the upside, consolidation on this price level, followed by a bullish breakout to the upside. If this happens, my entry is going to be above the breakout, which should also take out this area of value, which is this green zone I've marked on my chart. So you can see consolidation here, rejection here, another rejection here. So this would also take out this symmetrical triangle. You can see 1, 2, 3 touches, which is this blue trend line you can see above here with this lows. So if this happens, I'm going to go long. Yeah, stop loss is going to be underneath the consolidation that leads to the breakout. Take profit target is going to be as high as this area of resistance, so these highs. So I'm going to target as my take profit level, right? So this will give us a risk to reward ratio of stop loss will be 50 pips, take profit approximately 300 pips. So risk to reward ratio of 1 to 6, which looks decent in my opinion, right? So that's briefly for EUR-USD. I'm only looking towards a bullish case scenario because the DXY is weak at the moment. So for a bearish case scenario, just in case we do get a bearish move to the downside, so if we get a bearish move to the downside, then my setup would have been invalidated. But there again, I wouldn't be going short on EUR-USD because I don't think that short trade would yield any positive result, because that trade or that move to the downside might simply be short-lived because of the weakness in the DXY. So that's it briefly for EUR-USD. If you agree with me, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm going to pull up the DXY chart real quick, DXY, just to show you what I'm talking about, right? So this is DXY chart on the 4 hours time frame, and as you can see, we seem to be creating lower highs, lower lows since we got to these all-time highs, right? Following this bullish move to the upside. So I think DXY is going to track lower, going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way down. So if this happens, that means EUR-USD is going to go higher. So why go short, right? Even though the euro gets weaker, for example, there's a good chance this goes higher because the dollar is the major mover of the forex market, right? So that's it briefly for this week's analysis. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're interested in learning to trade forex like professional, check out our complete forex training course on Udemy. I have the link attached in the description below. That's it from me this week, guys. See you next week.